What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. Thank you guys again for joining us for another live stream. If you guys have never joined us before, I do go live Monday through Friday, and we'd love to have you as a part of the team. The Facebook group link is down below if you want to join 43,000 members worldwide and be a part of our community. We share best practices, share mistakes, and encourage one another to be the best that we can be. So let's go ahead and get right to it. So we're gonna have a couple people that are gonna be joining us right now. I do want to thank you guys again for taking time out of your day. But right now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going down my watch list. Also, I'm going to perform a little scan through my watch list or through my TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. I'm sorry about that. Give me one quick second. Let me start sharing my screen, and then we can get right to it. So this is my TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. I'm going to go down the list very quickly and talk about kind of where some of these stocks stand. I'm going to do a 3-day analysis and break it down. We have about 5 minutes until the market opens. I do apologize for the delayed start on the day, but let's go ahead and get right to it. So from top to bottom, JNUG is the one that's experiencing the most volume. It looks like JNUG had a very red day yesterday. It was no surprise. A lot of you guys were actually trading JDST because of all the pump that it grew, and that's what came to, I don't know if you guys joined my live stream. People continue to ask me, what about JDST? Which is the inverse ETF. I was like, well, JDST showed a good day yesterday. So we can simply, type it in. JDST showed a good day yesterday, bounced from lows of, 40, 42 to highs of like 45, about 7% profit. JDST has been shown consistent signs of downward trend. Therefore, I was like, treat it as a day trade. At least that would be my approach. Unfortunately, hopefully you guys locked in profits. I mean, it definitely didn't show any signs of a swing trade because it hasn't consistently been, bouncing. So other than that, it looks like it's back down. So if it validates the support again, then maybe we can see an upward trend. But realistically, based on the previous trends that JDST shows, this one's going to continue trending down, and JNUG will continue trending up. It doesn't mean that that's going to happen 100%, as an old resistance was 25.39. But just wanted to talk about it very briefly. Now we're here at AMD. AMD still just kind of hovering around this $12.80, $13 resistance, this little margin that it has. It's about 1 to 2% potential that it offers right there, 1.69. But I think that AMD is still heading on its way down to that $12 support. And what I mean by that is it tends to have a pretty solid support down here. So let me go ahead and move down. VSTM, this is one that I traded personally yesterday. It did not play out the way that we expected it to, but it looks like today it's doing a little bit better. I mean, it tends to do a little bit better during pre-market, and hopefully it can hold above $5. So if we turn on our level 2, this thing is still hovering, and it looks like it's trying to bounce off the golden VWAP line. And until it bounces and until it starts to show upward momentum, then I won't pay much attention to it. So all I want you guys to know about this one, based on yesterday's trend, it had a margin from $5 to $6. That's about 20% potential. And I cut my losses yesterday at like 2.3%. So again, I managed my risk. I gave out a little bit more than what I usually do, but it's because it also offered so much more profit. So until it starts trending up, I'm not going to take a position on the VSTM. But it definitely still does offer a lot of potential. So and then now we're going to SQ. SQ looks like it's still at its peak. Not very interested on that one. $26 is a pretty high point. We called this one out yesterday, but it ended up doing it at the very end. I called out the resistance and the possibility for AKS because of its continuous upward trend. It offered about 3% potential from its $5 support all the way up to that $6 resistance, and it hit $6, and most likely it's going to come back down. Or maybe it can break $6. That's something that we'll have to follow up on. Again, I'm going to be waiting for the bounce or the break below 41.70. Let me go ahead and boom, boom. We have about 1 minute and 39 seconds before the market opens. There we go. This thing still looks like it's trending up. This one did an amazing job yesterday, so good job to all those that were able to capture this one. Looks like it hit somewhat of a previous resistance here at 22.30. If you guys can see previous highs here, making the same highs here. So we'll have to see how that one plays out. Now we're at, okay, I think this one's more at resistance. CVIO definitely heading back down. Previous support that it had was 368. This is one that we called out yesterday. So if it bounces, then that's great. It can potentially continue trending up, most likely because it's going to the news and the hype behind this one is going to become more irrelevant. I don't think that the pump is going to be as great as it was yesterday. It saw like 30% growth, which was great. We called out the margin from 370 to $4, but all this was just momentum. So the next one is BW. BW, we did call this one out yesterday as well. It had a nice little pump after it bounced, and it held above $2.50. Had a nice pump to 340. Again, that was all momentum, and it looks like it's flatlining here at $3, and it's starting to trend back up. Resistance at 320, overall resistance at 340. Just make sure that if it drops below to $3, then it's heading back down. I want to hear what you guys have to say when it comes down to the stocks that you are trading. BW, BW, BW. DCTH, yes, obviously DCTH has been a very volatile stock. Not the worst. Not the best stock to take a position on. I lost on PU alone. All right, guys, market is open. Correct. Yes, that is correct. Okay, there's a trader calling out CUR. Okay. I see why you're calling CUR. I mean, from $1 to $1.30 has an overall resistance of 130. Right now, the price point's at 124, 125. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert. If it makes new highs, then this can be a runner. But if not, then I'm going to wait for the pullback and see if we can. Oh no, I need it above. I think 120 would be the overall support. So if it breaks below that, then let's go. Ooh, JNUG having a little pullback. SQ having a pullback. There we go. VSTM also experiencing another drop, trying to bounce off the VWAP. VWAP looks like it's going to be at 494. Right now we're looking at to stay anywhere around 497. Okay. I still have not seen anything that's really catching my eyes. No. JDST looks like it's trying to bounce, but then again, right now it's heading back down. So it looks like $42. It's trying to validate that as the support. JDST has just been, too red the past couple of days. So, except for yesterday, but looks like it's still BW is still holding above EMA, so that's a good sign. It just went below the purple VWAP line, so that's not the best sign. And it had a nice little push with volume. There it goes. We have a slight little resistance here at 316, 315. Yeah, there it goes. It drops again. I'm going to go down my list real quick. That one had a nice little pop. PULM. Yeah, this one did horrible. $2 is a support, if I'm not mistaken, for this specific stock. Oh no, it's PLUM. Ooh, CUR just had a nice little drop. This might be something interesting to catch. Boom. There's the drop. Wow. That thing just dropped from 124 all the way down to 118. That's 4.5% loss, which means that if it bounces and validates and holds above 118, then that could be the support. We just needed to see, we just need a CUR to validate that and start trending back up. So let's see. And again, overall resistance, 130. Looks like we got a good amount of buyers at 118. That's good. Just broke above the golden VWAP. Can we hold above it? So you can see the RSI indicator indicated that it was a little bit more on the oversold side. So that's a good indication that, wow, AKS just broke above $6. That's still showing signs of consistent upward momentum. That's good. Okay, there we go. CUR is trending back up, so that was a good call out. Thank you again for the member that called out CUR. It comes down to just waiting for the best price to get in. We wait for the pullback, we wait for the validation, we waited for the bounce of 118, and oh dang, DCTH just went above 14 cents. Guys, for all those that are trading DCTH, 14 cents is extremely high for that specific price point. It's up to you if you guys want to lock in profits. I would encourage you guys to know the importance of locking in profits. That's all I could say. But obviously, this is going to be more of a pump and dump. And there it goes, 14. I would lock in profits right now if I were you. Yeah, if there's no fundamentals on CUR and it's just pumping up, there has to be something that acts as a catalyst. So if you guys can see right now, it's somewhat struggling to break above the EMA and the golden VWAP line. Right now, we still have it here. Oh, right there, bounce right back at 118. Let's see. There's a nice little 3.9% push. So $18, it's still trying to hold above it. So, I mean, we can identify that as a support. If it drops below that, then we can cut losses. And then it had a nice little bounce to highs of 123. So selling anything above 120, still pretty decent price for over 2% profit. But we want to make sure that we catch at a solid bounce. It might be too late now just because we should have caught it on the initial bounce. But I'm glad we're able to call that one out. It was very interesting to see. I'm going to set my alert. And guys, there's nothing wrong. Like you guys might be saying, well, Ricky, why'd you call it out and didn't take a position? It's a $1 stock. It's a little bit riskier. And again, it's, if I'm not fully committed or not fully understanding, CUR, then there's nothing wrong with just watching. There's nothing wrong, if you don't feel confident with your trade, just calling it out, see if you did well. And if you did, then learn from it. But definitely don't kick yourself in the foot. I don't know if that's how you say that metaphor, but yeah, just keep it simple and practice. And once you get this whole routine of how to identify potential, how to have good call outs, then I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, and you guys participate within our Discord group. But yeah, don't even worry. Okay, sweet. Yes, Michelle said CUR had news. Connor went over it as well. That's great, and that's the whole thing. I mean, I kind of found it somewhat suspicious if CUR did not have any news. There had to be some reason that it went, 112 all the way to 130. I mean, there's a catalyst, which means an increase in demand for that. So definitely would be weird if that were not the case. But I'm glad you're able to call that out, Michelle. Thank you. AKS still doing the same thing. AKS hitting a resistance, but then experiencing another pullback. I think $6 is more of a good sell point than a buy point. If it continues trending up, then we'll really have to wait for that. But right now, I think with the margin that AKS offers all within one day and the price point of $6, it's better just to watch for myself. Oh, hey, 30. Ooh. All right, so it's easy. He's been trading DCTH and he just made 34%. He just direct messaged me on DCTH. I'm guessing it was with that nice little push. So I'm really happy to hear that. Just sold at 14 cents. That is legit. That is super solid. And that's what it's all about. I mean, I don't necessarily like trading stocks less than $1. So DCTH definitely falls under that category of what I do not like to trade. Does that mean that you guys can't take advantage of opportunity when it presents itself? What the heck, DCTH? Heck no, right? If you guys see opportunity to present itself, then go for it. Something that I talked to him about is yesterday. I think he bought in at like 10 cents and was able to make a quick, I think 20 to 30%. I'm not too sure with the conversation that I had with him. I think he sold at 13 cents. And then today, it saw a nice upward trend from 13 to highs of 14. I think we called out the support yesterday at 10 cents. I don't see it hit 10 cents. It hit lows of 11, but it started to trend back up. And something that we've talked about DCTH is, again, this is a very extremely volatile stock. This is a stock that you can lose a lot of money in. Therefore, when it comes down to making a lot of money, it is possible, but Again, if you don't have an understanding on how to invest, then it's probably not the best stock to invest in. So what we've seen is when it sees an upward trend, it definitely continues that rally, right? If when it sees an upward trend, it definitely continues that rally. When it sees a downward trend, it definitely continues that rally. So right now, it's showing signs of an upward momentum, so that's great. Ride the pumps, lock in profits, and wait for the pullbacks. And when it starts to experience an upward trend again, then it's up to you to take advantage of that opportunity. So I'm gonna end up closing my live stream real quick. Yeah, AMD, again, I think it's more on the overbought side than oversold. I have all my alerts set when it comes back down to the $12 price point because that's the price that I'm specifically waiting for. AKS, I think it's more overbought, as you can see by my RSI indicator, than oversold. So I'm going to wait for it to come back down more to that $5 price point. And if it continues to trend back up and break $6, and I really wanted to break and hold above $6 before I make the decision to invest in it. And again, I'll be patient with that. JNUG, again, still continuing its upward trend, although it is struggling. It's still experiencing an upward trend compared to JDST and stuff like that. So VSTM still doing the same thing that it was doing yesterday. I think that a lot of the volume is starting to die out, unfortunately, and now it's seeing a downward trend, riding the golden VWAP lines. If anything, not a lot of potential there. Definitely don't want to make the same mistake I did yesterday on that specific stock. We just got Macy's. Looking for a bounce off the golden VWAP line. What's the potential profit? 1.3%. Might not be worth your day trade, but we might be expecting a bounce anytime soon around $22, as that's the new support. SQ, way more on the, I think, overbought side than oversold. My RSI indicator doesn't indicate it right now as a day trade, but if we go to like a 20-day analysis and see where it stands, again, $26 is a more of a sell point than a buy point, if that makes sense. There's not much margin for profit left, but it does much better around here at $24.50 to $25, and that's why I have my alert set right here. TECK looks like it's trending back up. I like that. So this is more of a, I've been looking at it as more of a swing trade, and it definitely still offers a lot of potential. Nothing huge, about 4 to 5% from the current price point that it's at right now, but it's definitely seen an upward trend. It's holding above the EMA now, and it's as simple as that. So if you see potential on TECK, set up a plan, manage your risk, and if you want, go for it. So we still see BW trending back up. This was a little bit frustrating because I did trade this the day before I had this huge pop, and I bought in at a decent price point that I would have made like 30% profit. But again, it's not about what you would have made, but what you took advantage of that day. And right now it's still holding above $3. So that's $3 is the overall support at the current price point that it stands right now. And it doesn't look like it's moving up anymore. It looks like it's kind of just flatlining. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my alert and see if it breaks below $3. And if it does, I'm going to wait for a bounce and see if we can take advantage of that opportunity. IDXG not doing very well, still seeing a downward trend. Maybe it has a support at 150. Let me take a look back. Okay, it looks like it was really overhyped and is now just seeing a downward trend. It's holding below the EMA line. Definitely not something that I'm interested in trading. JNUG still continuing its downward trend. HOV, whoa, huge pullback. Like that. Oh, BW just broke below $3. That's interesting. HOV just broke, just had a, bad earning call. Did really bad and had a nice little pullback to 170 and is now seeing a downward trend. It's holding below the EMA, holding below the purple VWAP. Looks like it's trying to bounce, but maybe it might have a better chance to bounce here at around 170. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my alert, and I'm going to be patient and make sure it's at the price point that I want it to be. Yeah, guys. So I just don't. No, that one's doing well. CUR. There we go. Looks like CUR is trying to bounce back. I'm gonna wait for the break of the EMA. This is the only stock that I see potential in. Everything else is not really. Okay, I'll check that out for you, bud. We've traded this one before. Okay, volume is pretty low. It just dropped below $1.40, which is a previous support within the past 5 days. Yeah, it just made new lows. So I see why you think that it might be bouncing soon, but I realistically don't. Realistically don't think that until it breaks above 140, I'm probably not gonna even consider it because it's just showing signs of a downward trend now, and that's definitely not something that I want to invest in by just hoping that it bounces. That's not something that we hope for. We want to make sure that we're investing in something that's in an upward trend and breaking resistance levels. So I like the call out, but I'm going to be patient and wait for the break above 140. So and I'm still at least going to get alerted. So thank you for letting me know. G Pro, I like that call out. Remember I was trading GoPro and it was at like $7. Okay, I think GoPro is way overpriced right now. But let's see. All right, yeah. Based on previous highs, I think it's more on the overbought side than, as you can see, the RSI indicators. Yeah, definitely more on the overbought side. Remember, we called out the support at $9. Did go a little bit below it, but did like a double bottom, and then jumped right back up. And it has a margin like almost every dollar. If you guys see that, from $8 to $9. $9 is a resistance that it has. AMBA finally climbing up after a big AM. Let's check that out. AMBA. Wow, okay, I like that. Okay, this might not be the best for some of you because you guys might not have the account to be able to support this, but it definitely looks like it validated the $40 support. If you guys can see that, now it looks like it's trending back up, so that's an amazing call out. I'm going to add this one to my watch list. Boom. I'm going to set my alert here if it drops below this. All right, the volume isn't the best, as you guys can see, but right now it's definitely more pumped. It's holding above the purple VWAP, so maybe a good indicator is when it bounces off the purple VWAP. Just within a day, what percentage growth did it show yesterday? And yesterday must have been a really good day. Yeah, definitely showed a lot of growth. I mean, realistically, about 4%, which is great. So great call out on that one. Okay, I know you guys called out Save last week as well, but I still think it's continuing in its upward trend. Just because it has one solid day that it bounces up, in no way does that mean that it's gonna be trending back up. I mean, Save has been one that I've been keeping in my watch list because it's one that I was actively trading before. But guys, it's still holding way below EMA. It's not trending up. I mean, it's a break above like 62.43 to $33, and it's not doing that. So unfortunately, still not looking into trading this one. I'll set my alerts so when it comes back down to the $30 support, if it bounces, then at least I'll be aware and it'll be relevant to me. But at the moment, I just don't see that potential. So right now, the only stock that I personally see valuing, if it comes down to being a momentum trade, has to be CUR. But even then, it's dying out with the volume. And let's see. Yeah, wait, a member. Okay, so Trader Trash, he's a member within our Discord group chat, and he said there's a member that's up $3,000. His name is June Man, holding HD. So that's huge. Wow. HD is not a cheap stock. It's Home Depot. Just hit new highs of like resistance at like 160. So wow. I'm mean, saying this individual is someone that is disabled, and he had a hard time trading, day trading stocks. But I'll go ahead and have a conversation with him. So overall, I want to thank you guys again for joining us for another live stream. I hope you guys learned something new. And if you guys have any questions, I mean, I can see your comments right now. And you guys can feel free to message me. Also message me within the Discord group chat. You guys are more than welcome to reach out to me and ask me any questions anytime. I'm going to go ahead and move on over there. We're going to be joining the voice chat. If you guys don't know how to do that, simply what we do is you join the Discord group chat. On the left-hand side, there is a bar, and just go to the Tech Buds like live chat, and then you can communicate with all of us. There is a little bit of work that I have to do when it comes down to closing my rental property. It got pushed back. I was supposed to close, unfortunately, on the 12th, but because of certain things, I'm not too sure what happened. But now our expected close date is on the 19th, so just a couple days later. I think it's 1 week later. But other than that, that's really just it. I have to go ahead and send them a couple pieces of paperwork and stuff like that. So just wanted to let you guys know what it is that I have planned for the rest of the day. I do have one more consultation call planned for today. So if you guys want to schedule one of those with me, feel free to let me know. All the links are down below. But that's really just it. So again, if you guys want to pre-order your TechBuds apparel, it is going to be the third link in the description. If you guys want to sign up for the TechBuds Solutions beta trials, that is the second link in the description. And the first link in the description is going to be the donation link to those victims of Hurricane Harvey. I do want to make sure that you guys know that there is an unfortunate hurricane that as well is hitting Florida. It's just very unfortunate that, during this time, right after one hits, another one is hitting another part of our country. So my heart goes out to you guys, and I hope you guys can stay safe. Let's just, man, I don't even know what to say when it comes to that. It's so scary because of how dangerous they can be. So best of luck. Just try to stay safe, and please keep us up to date with everything that happens if you have the ability to do so. So again, guys, when it comes down to investing in any market, we have 3 rules. We only invest in what we understand. We never invest based on anyone else's opinion, and we always manage our risk. If you guys didn't watch yesterday's video about the golden rules when it comes down to trading, I go into a little bit more into detail about those 3 rules and why they are so important. I think, risk management has to be one of the most important rules if everything about investing in the stock market and multiple different markets as well, just because of the importance and the understanding that the only way that you can grow your account is if you can manage your risk and keep your losses small. And if that doesn't make sense to you, then you probably don't want to take any more positions when it comes down to day trading and dedicate a little bit more time to that. I can promise you that when it comes down to really learning the market and really learning how it works, you'll see more success. Because if you're just kind of, shooting blind and stuff like that, it's just going to be very unfortunate for you, because this is not a market where you get lucky in. But I do want to encourage you guys to continue working hard, continue following your dreams, and let your passion be what drives you and your success. If you guys have any questions, you guys know how to reach out to us. All the links down are in the description. So feel free to take a look around, browse around, and give me some feedback. And we're definitely here for you guys. So if you guys have any questions or suggestions, leave them down in the comments. And we'd love to join you guys. I'm pretty sure today we're about to break 50,000 subscribers. So that's going to be an interesting video. So thank you guys again. Like always, guys, let's make sure that we're in the year on a green note. Take care, team.